Many of these First Amendment auditors are no better than a vacuum cleaner salesman. You can't compare them to the car salesman because they stay on the lot. A vacuum cleaner salesman goes house to house and can sometimes travel very long distances, maybe 100 miles, just to get that sale. So you can bet that they're going to go out of their way to make that money, to make up for the distance they had to cover for that sale. They'll pull all the stops. They won't hold anything back. They'll be super aggressive and try to get something out of their trip to make the most of it, to make it worthwhile. And that's what a lot of these First Amendment auditors do. I just watched, well, I didn't watch a lot of it, but the Almost Park, and they're trying to sell this guy carrying a gun in Almost Park, mid-city of San Antonio, and it's extremely busy. I'm here, so it got my attention because I was like, where's this Almost Park? 2.5 miles south of here. I'm actually going to go through it to get to a library if I get my bicycle out and stop being so lazy. And this place, it's like even here, 2.5 miles north of there, they're even closer in Almost Park to the center part of San Antonio, which is the hub. This is a spoke wheel city and extremely busy. I drove here at 5:40 a.m. and I still had people riding behind me very closely, giving me stress. I had to make very split-second decisions on turns because it's so crazy. It's not just some nice squared intersection where you know left is left and right is right. You got splits and you got to veer left and veer right, and it's like some of these are just so close together. It's like take this one and you got to like skip one. Traffic gets backed up incredibly so. Even at 5:40 it felt busy, and the traffic gets backed up during the midday, during the rush hours for sure, by a half mile. And there's just all kinds of groups of people just forming quickly in areas. It's very easy to get a bunch of people together. If you advertise just on the street, you could get hundreds and hundreds of people to a particular area in a flash. You can have flash mobs. This is a flash mob type of environment with all the people, and to have these vacuum cleaner salesmen come in and try to provoke an incident to get views. They're appealing to the people who don't understand how busy it gets in these cities like San Antonio. Come to San Antonio, check it out for yourself. See what it's like. See what the cops have to put up with. I don't think a lot of people who are fans of some of these First Amendment auditors understand what kind of stresses these cops go through. A car accident on a busy road isn't a normal car accident in a busy road in the inner city of San Antonio or any big city, New York or whatever. It's just not the same as a regular town. You can't just pull over and take your time figuring things out, discussing things, get to know each other. If you know two people got in an accident or something, no, they got to get that car off the road quick. A lot of these roads, you can't park on the side of the road because it affects the traffic. I watched one car get quickly hauled away on a tow truck. I don't know, like a truck broke down or something. A good-sized truck. It was on the side of the road, already a cop behind it. And as soon as I started watching, the tow truck came and then hauled it off. It was that quick, and you could just see cars whizzing by like once a second, back to back, back and forth, just moving. And if there was an accident, you're gonna have traffic backed up for miles. You're gonna have terrible congestion issues. And that's the number one issue with these big cities. And it just like these people who want to provoke incidents. The cops are trained to separate these drama incidents. You gotta quickly dismantle it, separate and divide, get people out of the area quickly, far away. I mean, some of these traffic accidents, you get pulled off course by a traffic accident for miles. I mean, the alternate routes that you have to take can sometimes be way off course if you have to avoid a certain area. Like, I was bicycling down the road and there was this log that fell on the road, and the cops were standing around. It wasn't that busy, and this is in South San Antonio, which is very different. That's the thing. It's so convenient to choose proper areas for getting attention from the cops for your YouTube channel. I think a lot of these First Amendment auditors, and I've said it before, they choose the nicer neighborhoods, the nicer white area type of neighborhoods. Go to South San Antonio, go to East San Antonio. You're going to a nice part of San Antonio. When you know where the First Amendment, if you see where the First Amendment auditors are going, they're generally going to the nice areas. They're staying away from the ghettos. They're not protesting in front of the police stations at ghettos. They're protesting in front of the police stations in nicer white areas. All right, so when you see these cities, you got to know that they're most likely going to be nice. And that's what a vacuum cleaner salesman does. He goes to the nicer areas where people have more money. They're not going to the ghettos. And I've found in my experience in San Antonio now, I feel that the ghettos east of here, there's parts, of course, in the west too. There's sporadic parts. There's hubs. There's parts that are kind of bad. I'm guessing that Almost Park and Leon Valley are two nice areas. Leon Valley has an aquarium. All right, you don't put aquariums in ghettos. That's risky business practices. These businessmen they understand the risk rewards. All right, how rewarding, how risky is it to put up a business in a particular area? This is sad. How hard these First Amendment auditors, the amendment auditors, try to get attention. It's really sad. And that's YouTube. It's like you got to keep your channel going, and there's going to be dull moments. There's going to be moments where really nothing's happening. So they go out of their way to try to make something happen. It's like a vacuum cleaner salesman. They're going to have their down days. They're going to have days where they don't sell a single vacuum. And then they're going to get that anxiety that, oh, I got to do something quick. I got to really make that sale. And they got to feel like they're making forward progress. So they're going to work. They're going to maybe take some extreme chances, some risks that could be a little questionable. Could be an ethical violation in some way. Lying about how the vacuum works, or something. Making false promises or something. It's crazy. All right. And you gotta balance your life. I mean, being sales, it's a lifestyle. The First Amendment auditors who are fully committed to that, they're imbalanced. They're living very imbalanced lives. They constantly need the attention, because if they have some down days where they get no attention, they're not making any money, and then they get stressed out. So they gotta like balance that out. Try to find other hobbies in some way, And for me, I'm just like, whatever, I'll accept the down days. That's fine. In fact, I'll strive for down days. I'll strive for days where there's no bad interactions with cops. I'll just show my life as an alternate. I'll do other things. People who are fully committed to this First Amendment auditing are burning the candle at both ends.